Explain for our viewers why it's a racial slur.
The reality is that white Americans have created the conditions that require a phrase like Black Lives Matter. Do you know what I would give to live in a world where I didn't have to say Black Lives Matter? Do you know how horrific it is to grow up as a child in a world that so hates you?
No, I don't.
That you have to literally say to other people, my life matters. And they're like, well, everybody's lives matter. While you're literally being gunned down in the street, while you're being rounded up and mass incarcerated and forced into prison slavery. Black Lives Matter is not a strong enough statement for me, right?
Black Lives Matter activists have disrupted several political rallies, often those of Democrats.
Thank you, Seattle, for being one of the most progressive cities in the United States of America.
Marissa's group showed up at a Bernie Sanders event in Seattle last August.
You need to let me speak or I will shut it down. Get out of my face.
The crowd didn't like it.
I was going to tell Bernie how racist this city is, filled with its progressives, but you already did it for me. Thank you.
I talked to Johnson at the same stage in Seattle's Westlake Park.
So you just ran up and you grabbed the microphone from here.
We didn't. We ran up and we started saying, hey, you're going to let us speak.
What were people screaming at you when you were out there?
They're chanting Bernie's name. They were calling for the police to arrest us and to tase us.
Then these were all Democrats. These were all liberals.
They were all people out of Bernie Sanders, though, so I would assume.
Why Bernie Sanders? He's the far left candidate. Don't get any further to the left than him.
Left for white folks, right? He's left for the needs and concerns of mainstream white America.
So does that suggest that Democratic policies are failing folks like you?
I think for Black Americans in particular, we have to look completely outside of the system. I don't think anybody's put any policies that remotely even speak to what we're getting at.
Both Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton have made overtures to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yes, they do, and I'm going to talk a lot about that.
Well, I'm not crazy about being interrupted by anybody anytime. Well, I've met with a number of groups, Black Lives Matter groups, and I think what I was sensitized to is maybe a little bit more about what is going on in the African-American communities in terms of their relationship with the police.
At this point, they're forced to do something. The Democrats have always been reliant on the Black vote. Part of what we're doing is waking Black voters up to sort of their power as a voting bloc within the Democratic Party.
Has the Democratic Party taken African-American voters for granted?
Consistently, always. Always and forever.
Johnson feels it will take a lot more than is being offered so far to heal the racial divide.
What it's going to take to dismantle white supremacy is white folks actually got to give up something. You have to actually sacrifice yourself. You have to be willing to give up the things that you currently benefit from.